8:41 in the afternoon. You are 19, folded into the tail of a B-17, 5 miles above Germany. A minute ago the sky was full of friends. Now the escorts are gone out of fuel. And in the empty air behind you, black dots are growing. 12 of them. FW-190s, lining up on your tail. Your guns are frozen stiff. Your fingers will not bend. You are the only thing between them and 9 men who trusted you with the back door. And if a shell finds you first, it may be 30 seconds before anyone up front even knows you are gone. Wind back 6 hours. It is before dawn at Thorpe Abbot's, England. A hand shakes your shoulder in the dark. October air, cold that gets into your teeth. You are a staff sergeant, a tail gunner, and today is your day to fly. In the mess hall they give you real eggs. Fresh eggs, not powdered. Every man at the table knows what that means. They only give you the good breakfast on the mornings when the target is bad. Then, the briefing. A curtain pulls back from a map, and a red ribbon runs deep into Germany, to a town called Schweinfurt. Ball-bearing factories. The briefing officer says the word escort, and then says the fighters can only take you part of the way. After that, you are on your own. There is no one you say goodbye to by name. Your crew is not a circle of friends. It is a set of voices you will live inside for the next 8 hours. The pilot, flat and calm. The radio kid, too young for his own jokes. The waist gunners. The ball turret man, curled in his glass ball beneath the plane. You know them by the sound of their breathing on the interphone, and that is enough. A veteran gunner stops you on the way to the truck. Tail gunners do not get to look forward, he says. You only ever see what is coming to kill you. Then he hands you your oxygen mask, and you pull it on, and it is already too tight, already digging into your face. You do not know yet how much you will come to need the ugly thing. You duck under the plane's belly and crawl back to your position in the tail. There is barely room to breathe. You kneel on a little bicycle seat with 2 .50 caliber machine guns in front of you, pointing back the way you came. Out your window is only the sky you have already crossed. You are the eyes in the back of the whole airplane, and you face the opposite way from every other man on board. The engines roar. The ground drops away. Climbing takes forever, up through cloud into thin blue nothing, and the cold rises with you. At 25,000 feet the air outside is 50 below. Your breath freezes on your collar. Then, for a few seconds, the worst thing that can happen up here quietly happens. Your oxygen line ices over. The mask that was too tight a moment ago gives you nothing. You suck at dead rubber, and there is no air in it. Panic floods you white, and silent you cannot shout. There is no breath to shout with. You claw at the line, crack the ice loose with your frozen fingers, and the air comes back in a rush that tastes like being born. After that, you do not resent the mask. It is the only reason you are still awake. Below and around you the formation spreads out, dozens of fortresses holding a straight line across the sky, each one guarding the others with its guns. There is a strange beauty in it. Then you cross into Germany, and the beauty ends. Black puffs of flak bloom in the air ahead, soft-looking and not soft at all. One close burst rocks the whole plane and rattles the tail like gravel. You hold your guns and you watch the little friends, the P-47s, dancing above the bombers like sheepdogs. As long as they are here, you can breathe. Then the interphone crackles. The pilot's voice flat and tired. Little friends are going home. You watch them peel away, one by one dipping their wings goodbye, out of fuel. And the sky that felt so crowded a moment ago suddenly belongs to the enemy. It is all yours to guard now, and it is empty. And that emptiness is worse than any fighter. For a minute, nothing. Just the drone, the cold, the empty blue. Then the ball turret voice, quiet, bandits. 6 o'clock high. You look, dots, far back. Growing, you count them, and your mouth goes dry. 12, then more behind the 12. FW-190s. German fighters. And they are coming from directly behind, from your zone, from the back door that is yours and no one else's to hold. They line up. You grab the guns. The metal is so cold it burns through your gloves. They grow fast, faster than seems fair, until you can see the wings and then the little flashes on the wings. Those flashes are cannon fire, aimed at you. And this is the worst of it. You can hear them, but you cannot see them. The pilot is a voice. The radio man is a voice. The ball turret man is a voice under your feet. If one of them starts to bleed, you may never know until the voice simply stops. And if you bleed, back here in the tail, they may go on talking to you for half a minute, calling your name, waiting for your report on the fighters before they understand they have been talking to a dead man. You are part of this crew, and you are also alone at the very end of it, facing the wrong way. In the coldest seat in the sky comes apart. The first fighter fills your window, guns winking. You press your triggers, and your whole body shakes with them. Tracers rip out into the space between you, red lines both ways. You cannot hear, you cannot think. You just hold on and fire. Then your guns stop. Jammed. For 3 seconds, only 3, you have nothing in your hands but 2 dead barrels and a fighter growing in your window. Those 3 seconds are the longest of your life. For those 3 seconds, you are not a gunner. You are a locked door with no bolt. You picture the fighter's shells walking up your tail, through the airframe, through your spine, through the radio room, through every voice on the interphone, and no one up front able to do a thing but keep talking to a man who cannot answer. You work the action with fingers you cannot feel, and the guns come back, hammering, just in time. You are screaming and you do not know it. You call them out. 6 o'clock, still coming, because the whole ship depends on your eyes. To your right, the fortress that has flown beside you all day takes a shell through the wing. Fire. It starts to fall. And your real job takes over. You count. You count the parachutes. 1 white bloom. 2, 3. You wait for the rest. You wait. Only 3. Then the plane is gone into cloud, and 7 men go with it. There is no time to feel it. Something punches through the airframe beside your head. Cold air roars in through a hole the size of a fist. You do not stop firing. You cannot, because behind those guns are 9 men who cannot see you and cannot help you, and the only thing keeping them alive is that you do not turn around. The fighter breaks away, trailing smoke. You got him, or someone did. You will never be sure. And then slowly the dots thin out. The 190s are low on fuel too. One by one they peel off for home, and the sky goes quiet. The interphone crackles. The pilot counting his voices. Tail, you there? Your voice will not come. You try again. Tail still here. The plane limps west, toward England. The hole beside your head whistling all the way. Hours later the wheels touch English grass. You climb down out of the tail on legs that do not work right. The ground crew count the holes in her and stop counting. You do not reach for a letter. You reach up and you peel off the oxygen mask, and the cold rubber leaves deep red lines pressed into your cheeks, and the bridge of your nose, a mask under the mask, the shape of the thing that kept you breathing. Then you take a rag and you wipe the frost and the blood off your gun sight, slowly, and you understand that you spent the entire day looking backward, and that you cannot stop seeing what was back there. On the ground, everyone asked what Germany looked like from 5 miles up. You could only tell them what fear looks like when it comes from behind. 60 bombers did not come home that day. 600 men. You know some of their faces. You will see them in the empty bunks tonight. And you were one gunner, one seat, one back door in one plane on one terrible afternoon. There were thousands like you, boys of 19, folded into freezing steel, facing the wrong way, counting other men's parachutes and hoping someone was counting theirs. If you felt the cold at 5 miles up, comment back door. Subscribe more from the men who held the line no one could see.